listening to Enlivening Musings, a podcast to enhance your life so you live fully alive. Sponsored by the Pleasure Fairy app. Download it for more support. Welcome to Enlivening Musings. I'm Crystal.
And I'm Katie.
And today we're going to talk about, well, one, color, and two, possibly, we'll see where the conversation goes, other ways of knowing yourself, understanding yourself, and or just being able to live fully alive and expressed. So I'm going to lead us right into this because it's fun. So get ready to have fun with us today. If you're not in that mood, maybe listen to another episode and come back. So Katie had this fun experience recently of going and getting color matched, basically, for her makeup, clothes, what goes good against your face, this type of thing. And excuse me, from my perspective, this is what I've experienced. It has been watching pure joy and playfulness and excitement like pouring out of Katie, as well as seeing this really cool, visually different representation that's totally natural, totally aligned in her, and also really amplifying up her radiance. And so, I'm sitting here, I'm like, hey, would you have any interest in kind of talking about this? And so we start already talking about it. So I'm like, okay, I need to hit record. I need to hit record right now. So before we get into the parts that I want to get into, let's rewind a little bit. And Katie, can you tell everybody what on earth am I talking about? What is this? How does it work? Okay. Maybe even what it's called. I mean, I don't know the details.
Yeah. Okay.
Up to you.
So I feel like I first remember this being a thing back in the 80s. I know when I was telling my mom about it, she's like, oh, I remember going to the laundry and doing this. So I feel like it was in that realm too, where people were really into getting their colors done, right? So there's I would say it's a newer-ish company. They're based out of the UK. But I met with a local person, if you're local to Fargo. Her name's Sarah. I can't remember her last name. But it's called House of Color. That's the company itself. And what they do is, oh my gosh, it was so fun. It was at her house, and she had this nice little sunroom where me and my friend Rebecca went. And it was so fun to do it with somebody to see how, because then it makes it shows the magic of it, right? Because what looked good on me didn't look good on her. And it was interesting because it wasn't colors I necessarily liked. It's not ooh, that's my favorite color. Mm-hmm. But it was this weird thing. So, okay, where she, I'll explain the process more, but she would drape a color over me, and it would take a millisecond, and then it was everything in my face shifted, imperfections, dark circles, redness. It was they blurred. It was the wildest, weirdest thing. And I'm really I've really been into color magic in the last year. Mm-hmm. So I was really drawn to it because I I'm normally a black and white person. I would just wear black and white t-shirts and pants. That was kind of just my uniform because it was easy. But then I started thinking about colors every day of the week, working with the colors of the day, which was kind of starting to be fun for me. But it's okay, well, what red looks good on me? Colors can be hard to wear. Yeah. So I started following her on Instagram and hearing other people. Our friend Audra, who's been on the podcast before, had done it. And so I was okay, this is on my bucket list to do this year. And then when I found someone to do it with me, and she was let's do it now. So basically there's 4 seasons. Okay. So you're either a winter, summer, spring, or a fall. 2 of them, fall and spring, are warm. Mm-hmm. Winter and summer are cool. Mm-hmm. And then it kind of goes from there. So there's these different categories, but it's really not you can't really do it based on just your hair and eye color and skin tone. You have to trust the process, right? You have to do the draping and just see, because even as she was doing it, I was I kind of thought I was an autumn because I had been researching and looking at all these different things beforehand. But she's like, don't tell me because I don't want it to sway me. Because even for her,
Right.
she's like, we're going to see.
Right.
And so it was super fun. And honestly, it was such just a fun experience. I was like, if anyone's ever just like, if you have a friend who's going through a hard time, maybe breakup or divorce or like a sickness or a death, like what a fun experience for them to just go feel like doted on and adored and,
Yeah.
oh, you look so beautiful. And then once they figure out your season, then they have like all their makeup that's like based on season. And I think it really also feeds into the perfectionist in me of like knowing exactly like, and I'm kind of the person that I'll just be like, tell me exactly the exact color, what I need to wear, like just what is best. Like I'm
Yeah.
okay accepting that from other people.
Yeah.
So that's what made it really fun. And then it was like, I was telling Crystal, then it's like you dive into like this whole nother world where like people are living their color, right? And there's like all these people that are like going out shopping and like swatching clothes and linking it so you can
Yeah.
go exact purchase
Okay.
that. Like it's just like this whole other world. It's so crazy and funny.
So that's what I want more of,
Right.
okay? So, because first of all, yes, I've experienced that with other things, right? It's like once you key into the
Oh my
fact that
God.
something exists, then you see it out there and you're like, whoa, this is a whole new world. And there have been other people who have been doing this
I know.
for way longer than me. Wow, you know? So that alone is just like fun.
It
But
is.
I wanted to know about that more precise color concept. So, I'm a painter, so like I love painting swatches. And I love knowing the names and I love knowing their hex code and I love, like all of this stuff. So, how do you do that for either makeup or clothes? Now, I understand this company has like their own line of makeup,
Yeah.
which is cool that they're UK based because I still haven't looked at it, but anybody who knows me knows I'm like super into like no chemicals and stuff. So,
Mhm.
I love UK standards compared to US standards.
Yeah.
So I haven't checked out the makeup yet, but I will. Um, but if I was to try to find it in another company or like with the clothes, how does that work? Like how do you know your exact color? Like you literally have a swatch, so you're going to the store and holding your swatch to like tell me.
Yeah. So yes. So when we got done, it was really nice. They give you this nice little swatch wheel that you can kind of like fan out.
Okay.
Okay. So first of all, you get into your category, and then it's so cute. It's so sweet. She's like, okay, now we're gonna find your wow colors, and she uses her trained
Ooh.
eye, and oh my gosh, it was so fun and funny. So she's going through and like laying all the autumn colors on top of me, and then she would rate them. And Rebecca
Okay.
was next to me. We helped each other do it. She was like, it would be like, that's a 2-star 100.
Okay.
And it was so cute and enthusiastic and fun of like, so now if I go to my book and I know like a dark chocolate brown is my 2-star 100. So that's an outfit. That's my power color. I could wear like a full dress, a jumpsuit, and I'm going to like walk in the room and just be like, wow. And
Yeah.
I know.
Ooh.
And that, like, before I go back into swatches, that was the fun thing too, is, like for me, getting lipsticks that looked really good was really fun. And in like some darker colors that I would have never thought I could pull off.
Mm-hmm.
But when I put them on, I was like, who is that in the mirror? Like, I just
Yeah.
felt like, and it made me feel like grown up and mature, which like being playful is fun to me, but it's like empowering. It was weird
Yeah.
because it did feel like I know I can, if I show up like this, people are going to be like, she knows who she is. Like,
Right.
she's a woman that
Yeah.
knows where she's at in the world. And that's what it was like so neat. Cause at first going in, I'm like, oh, this is like, most people might think this is kind of vain and like, which I am, like, that's fine, whatever. Everyone likes to like look nice and stuff. I-
I
I
dig
like
it.
beauty products and hair, like that's fine. It's fun for me shopping and things like that. But it ended up being so much more. So yeah, so then you leave and so then you have your little book where she's marked your best colors. And then there might be some in the autumn wheel that are like that might be nice in just like a pair of shoes or like just a shirt, but not head to toe. It's not like your best color. It'll look good on you, but not your best color. So then they're categorized that way too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you get this fan of colors. So you literally can like go shopping and just be like kind of like feel like a weirdo, but go right up to the fabric and match it. I just did this like a week ago. I think the more I do it, my eye will get more trained to
for
it.
sure. For
But
sure.
a lot of them are really new colors for me. So, the people that have been like the experts, and that was the thing too. It was fun to just support another small business because I could only imagine the amount of training and investment she had to put in to like have all this stuff even.
Totally.
So then there's like other people doing it like Instagram and like, when people will make a post and then they have like I think it's called like to know it. And then you can like click on it and it'll take you right to the exact item. So there's like people out there that are shopping at all the different stores from like Walmart, Target, all the way up to like Lululemon, Nordstrom. So whatever your budget is.
Right.
And they went around and color spotched. Or there's some boutiques that are like House of Color boutiques. So then you can like shop your category.
Oh,
and they have it all.
crazy.
It's like this whole other world, but it makes it, to me, it makes it easy and fun. I just, because we all have so much stuff where you're just like, I kind of like it. It just, I don't know, something about it. Or you buy something and then it sits in your closet because every time you put it on, you're just like, nah, something's just not quite right.
Yeah.
But it's like hard to know, especially like your neutrals. And you might know like, oh, I look good in this bright red. I just like, no, that's it. Or people always compliment me when I wear this. But it was neat finding like there's only one season, winter, that can wear white and black and really look good.
I doubt that's me, but
So,
I don't care.
right.
But I do want to do this, and I want to do more of it.
So, and that's what she's like, it's not like you can't ever wear it, but if you do, maybe you wear like a certain t-shirt underneath it or a scarf.
Right, or just like my pants can be black.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It was really fun. And I'm the type of person when I do something fun, I'm like, I want everyone to do it. I just like, how cool. Like, I was like, this would even be great, like, for my husband to do, just to like look your best. Like my daughter, she's only 18. So I'm thinking, how great then for the rest of her life, shopping is so much easier. She knows what looks good on her,
Right.
So yeah, it was such, and then you learn what color jewelry. And that was
interesting.
fun to watch too, because she had like her color swatch of the warm tones and the cool. And then she put like gold and pearls on one and the other. And she's like, look how, like, as an autumn, I look better in gold. And I'm like, oh, good. I prefer that. Actually, I prefer gold. And then she switched it. And she's like, you can see how now when you switch it on the other, it looks cheap.
Interesting.
And that was the thing too. Like, I was drawn more towards what would have been like more considered winter, like black, white, really jewel tone stuff. That's what my eye goes to. But when I would see pictures of it, it looked almost like trashy, garish, like just really rough on me.
Okay, so pictures of you with it. Is that what you're saying?
The wrong color. Like, I would like a really vibrant fuchsia pink. My eye would go to, and I'd buy stuff like that. But then when I'd see the pictures, I was just like, it never looked good.
Interesting.
So if you ever so that's the thing. It would be really hard to figure out without doing the actual visit, I think, with someone doing that, because it's not necessarily what you're drawn to, what your eyes are drawn to.
Right.
But yeah, that was my favorite part, is now I know what yellow I can wear. I know what orange I can wear. I know what red I can wear. I know what blue, purple, brown, tan, off-white, navy blue. Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah. I'm like,
right.
I love it. So that's my whole discussion.
It's so great. It's so great. And I love getting some of those other details because I was super curious about the whole swatch and like actually shopping. And so knowing that, like when you're saying there's a whole nother world, the fact that there are people out there
I know
creating like shopping. Oh, that's incredible. I love that.
And that's the thing. It like ties back to like our loving our own gifts. Like, here's people making a living shopping and being really good at color, having that eye for color.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be like exact. It just has to harmonize.
Right. I love that word.
Harmonize. So yeah, I just think it's so neat. It's such a different world. And I could tell I did end up looking up her chart, the girl who did ours, because she was kind of into that and hadn't heard of human design, but she was a Manny generator.
Oh, yeah.
And like everything about her chart made sense of like everything she loved to do. And so it was cool seeing her like live her design that way too. I was like, oh yeah, this totally makes sense. Like I'm like, you're just totally in your design. Like you're very
Yeah.
authentically loving this.
Yeah. Oh, love that.
Yeah,
More people being themselves, doing it.
I know.
So that's everybody's inspiration to find the different things that like really light you up in other ways to really know yourself and be able to express yourself in the world as the magical, unique human being that you are.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we can sign off on that, yeah?
Yes.
Awesome. Enjoy. Keep sharing yourself with the world. We send you lots and lots of love. See you next time.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. If you'd like more support, hop on the Pleasure Fairy app or find Katie at wellnesswithkatie.com. You can also find us on Instagram at Enlivening Musings if you want to share some takeaways or other requests for future shows. Enjoy.